we're going to be going over one of the easiest and most effective ways to actually make money from CS2 skins. I'll be showing you step by step exactly how to make money from flipping skins and telling you everything that you need to know in order to actually make profit. Before we get into that, I just wanted to remind you that I am hosting a giveaway for this Huntsman Autotronic in field tested condition. $250 value. To enter, all you have to do is make sure that you're subscribed and leave a comment down below. I'll be picking the winner as soon as we hit 5,000 subscribers. We're going to be going over my favorite and most effective method in today's video. Obviously, there's other ways to flip skins, but this one has worked the best for me. And a quick overview of this method is basically just buying low and selling high on CS Float. And it sounds easy enough, although there are a lot of things that you actually have to learn, like which extensions to use, what to look out for, how to know the liquidity of your skins, or even what liquidity is if you are new to the Counter-Strike 2 trading scene, and how to price your items so that you actually make the most amount of money. So definitely make sure that you watch the whole entire video so that you don't miss anything and so that you have the best chances to profit as much as possible. Right now we're on CS Float and this is what the homepage will look like, and it might look really confusing at first, but don't worry, I will explain everything to you that you need to know. So the first thing that we need to do is actually install an extension, and this extension makes it a lot easier for us to actually tell when a skin is a good deal or not. This extension is called Better Float and I will have it linked down in the description below. I've been using this extension for about a year now, so it is definitely safe. And basically what this extension does is it gives you more accurate prices and more accurate information on CS Float, because a lot of the times CS Float themselves will actually say that a skin is a good deal when in reality it is not. And sometimes the website is slow to update, so this extension fixes all of that. Now there are a couple of different settings that you actually want to mess with in order for this method to work. So the first thing that you want to do, of course, is enable it, and then you want to make sure auto refresh is checked. You don't really have to worry about sticker prices for now and CS blue gem integration, because we're not going to be worrying about skins with stickers or blue gems at all. And then down here on the prices tab, a lot of people will tell you to use buff, but I personally actually just use CS Float, and I'll explain why here in a second. And then on these two boxes right here on show price difference, you want to make sure that that is checked, and show price difference percentage, you also want to make sure that that is checked. And last but not least, on listings, you want to make sure that all of these settings are checked. So show listing age, low/high float coloring, minimum bargain price, and remove preview clustering. And this might seem really confusing to you at first, but I promise it's not. I'll explain to you exactly how all of this works. If we refresh the page, you will see that the listings look a little bit different. And the reason why is because there is this big red or big green box right next to the price, and it tells you how good of a deal this skin is. If we look at these specialist gloves Crimson Kimono right here, this is the listing price, and underneath of the listing price is how much these gloves regularly go for on CS Float, the average price or the most recent average price. So you could expect for some specialist gloves Crimson Kimonos to go for around $2,070, and these ones, as you can see here, are 112% of the price or $255 overpay. And with this Karambit Marble Fade, as you can see, it is 97.73% of the price or $31 underpay. Although this skin is a bid, so it looks like this actually won't end up selling for this cheap. Although I'm sure that most people watching this video are just getting into flipping, or they're looking for new methods to flip, and I'm sure that you guys don't have $2,000 or $3,000 to actually start flipping with. So what you want to do is go up here to the top right where it says best deals, click on the drop down and then select newest. After you've done that, you want to come over to the left hand side and set your price range. What I personally suggest is anywhere from $5 to $10 in year from, and then in year 2 your maximum price. I would recommend just putting in however much you want to spend, obviously. So for this example, I will put $250, and then don't worry about any other settings on this left side. After this, all you want to do is come back over here to where this says off right here by this little stopwatch, and then enable it, and then this is the auto refresh. So this page will refresh the newest items on the website every 30 seconds. And what we're looking for is good deals. So whenever you see a skin show up that has green right here, you know it is most likely a good deal. Now these skins are normally good to flip if they meet certain criteria. For example, these Shadow Daggers Vanilla in field tested condition are going for $159 right now, and the extension is telling us that this item normally goes for $171. So these Shadow Daggers are actually around $12 off, which is a really good deal, although there is one more very important thing that you have to look at, and that is the liquidity. Basically, basically what liquidity is it is how easy it is to sell or trade a certain item. So if an item has high liquidity, it is very easy to sell because a lot of people want them and they are priced at a reasonable price. For example, like a AK slate that has super high liquidity, but an AK slate with a Titan hollow on it has very low liquidity because there's not that many people that are in the market for Titan hollows, because obviously they are very expensive. And there are other examples of high and low liquidity as well. For example, a skin can have high liquidity in all conditions except for well worn. Now, I personally recommend to steer away from well worn skins because the reason why is most people will either buy field tested for an extra couple of dollars, or they will just buy battle scarred because well worn almost looks like battle scarred anyways. So most of the time on well worn skins, the liquidity is actually really bad and it is hard to sell them. And the way to check liquidity on skins, so for example, if we were thinking about buying these shadow daggers because they are 93% right now, what we could do is click over here on latest sales and see how often these shadow daggers sell. So it seems like scrolling through this page, 2 sold 3 days ago, 2 5 days ago, 2 6 days ago, and 2 7 days ago. So it looks like 6 of these sell every week on CS Float, which is actually a decent amount. I would say that this is about a 50% liquidity. Obviously, there are skins that are better and there are skins that are worse than this. But if you notice something, by looking at the recent sales, you can tell that these actually sell for really cheap. Now, for one reason or another, most of the time shadow daggers actually end up selling for around $120. As we can see here, $126, $116, $121, and so on. So even though the extension says that these are $12 off, they really aren't, because if you buy these for $160, you will have a really hard time selling them for $170 because they most regularly go for around $120. Now, these are pretty much all the things that you need to look at. You need to look at if a skin is a good deal, if it is liquid, and you need to look at the recent sales. If the recent sales are higher than what you can buy the skin for, and they are also frequent, then that would be a good skin to flip. Let me find an example. So this is one of my personal flips that I actually just did a week or two ago. I bought a M9 bayonet blue steel for $731.99. Now, according to the extension, I got it for $67 off, or 91%. And if we look at the latest sales on this skin, we can see that there is one low one, but most of the other ones are actually for a really high price, around $790. So when I bought this skin for $732, I figured I was getting a pretty good deal. Well, right when the skin was tradable, I actually relisted it for $762.66, and it sold pretty quickly. Now, I think that I probably could have priced my skin a little bit higher than this because it sold very quickly. I probably could have tried to sell it for around $775 or $780, but I wasn't sure at the time, and you live and learn. But I made around a $30 profit on this, and after fees, it was around a $20 profit just for buying this M9, playing with it for a week, and then relisting it. And I'm also doing the same exact thing with these Moto Gloves Blood Pressure. I bought these for $158.32, and if we look at the latest sales, we can see that they sell very often, and they most frequently go for above $165. As we can see here, 164, which is pretty low, and then these two for 200, they only sold for so expensive because their float was so incredibly good. But as we can see here, just one day ago, a float that was similar to mine, this one is 0.314 and I have 0.302, actually sold for $176, and I bought these for $158. So I can most likely list mine for this exact price, sell them within just a day, and make around $18 profit just for buying the skin and holding it for 1 week. Now, obviously these flips are a little bit more expensive flips, and it might take you a while to build up to these ones, but you can do this same exact method and you can use these same exact principles for all skins of all different prices. I definitely started cheap. I was flipping around $5 or $10 skins, and then I actually worked my way up to this point over the span of about 6 months. So it is definitely possible to start flipping, and I highly encourage you to actually start doing it, because the best way to learn, believe it or not, is actually by doing it and actually trying. You will make some mistakes, but you will learn from those mistakes and become a better flipper. In this video, I basically tried to show you guys all of the basics, but if you guys want to get good at flipping skins, you actually need to go out there and do it yourselves. The best way to learn is by actually doing, and the best way to actually get better is by making mistakes and learning from them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. video. Thanks so much for watching and staying to the end. If you have any other questions about trading or flipping skins, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will make another video answering every single comment down in the comments below. Please make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss that video when I actually upload it. By the way, guys, we now have a Discord where I am doing a ton of giveaways. The most recent giveaway winner was actually just picked last week, and I will be doing a new giveaway next week. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely make sure to join. The link will be down in the description below. It is also just a really cool place to hang out and talk with like-minded people, and also stay in the know about news relating to CS2, as I post most of the stuff that I make videos about in the Discord beforehand. Also, YouTube tells me that up to 90% of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you just checked and you aren't, please make sure to hit that sub button and click the bell so that you never miss another upload. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one.